Hey, hello, and welcome. And today I want to dive straight into something for you. I would like you to follow along with me and recreate this design. Now, this design is fantastic for business owners. It could be a furniture designer, it could be service-based businesses, product-based, it doesn't matter. You can edit and adapt this design to suit your business. It's more of a professional type design, so perfect for platforms like LinkedIn. And I'm going to show you how to do this, including you're gonna learn lots of different things. So designs like this, practicing like this will teach you lots of things. It will get you looking at different fonts and colors, shapes, background remover, shadows, icons for your logo, that kind of thing. And also we can add in links, but if this is going to be used for social media, links won't work. They will only work on PDFs or Canva websites, but I will show you how to add in a link as well. So you can create a design like this in, oh wow, probably a couple of minutes once you get used to where everything is and how to do it. So let's jump over and I'm going to show you exactly how to recreate this design, and I'd love you to do the same. First of all, we need our blank document because we are starting from scratch with this design, as I think you should with all, unless you need something really, really super quick for social media and you can use a template, which are fantastic. I'm going to start from scratch. I do start from scratch with my design. So I'm heading over to the create button on the left-hand side. And we have a Facebook. So I'm going for Facebook. Actually, let's go for LinkedIn. I said this is more of a professional design. Let's go for a LinkedIn post size. So it'll be slightly different because the original was done on Facebook. It doesn't matter, you can do this on any size design that you want. Now, first of all, we want to get the shape, the shadows, and everything that was in the background, and that's very simple to do. If you press the R key on your keyboard or head over to Elements and look for Shapes, you will find the square. Very simply, pop it in the top corner, drag it down, and then just bring it out about maybe a third of the way. So you've got room here for the information. Again, you want another one. So press the R key or use the shapes on the left-hand side. This one, we want to tilt and bring down the bottom. I'm going to stretch it out again like I did this one. So I'm creating that L shape. This second square here, you can adjust the shape and style of it as much as you want, but it's best to keep it as a square so we can use it as the same color as this one as well. You can adjust the ratio if you want to. You probably want to have it about there, around about 50. You can move this as much as you want, but I would say let's get the rest of the design sorted and then you can adjust that part. Okay. Next, I have the original design on my left-hand side here, so I can perfectly copy it and help you copy this as well. What I really liked about the original design was I created a shadow here, which gave the illusion of a wall and a floor, which you can then add a product to. This is really easy to do. Head over to the elements section and type in shadow. Here under graphics, if you click see all, you have lots and lots of different shadows. Lovely shadows here. There are leaves and plants and ones you could use for, say, a book or a poster that you want to give it a little bit of depth, but we don't want to use them. You can if you want to, but we probably wouldn't for this tutorial. I would say this one here, it is a pro feature. If you can find a free one, definitely go for a free one. There's one here that's free. Let's just try that one. Place it in the corner. You see where I've placed it? And then you can adjust the transparency. See, now that doesn't look too bad. You're beginning to get that corner look. What I'm going to do is just move this down a little bit and I'm going to go for this one. This is my favorite one here. If you rotate it round, so it's the other way, or you can flip it. And I'm going to add it to the corner here, so we're perfectly in line. and then change the transparency on this one because it's too dark. So it just gives that shadow look that you get in a corner. Now I've changed it to 25, transparency of 25 if you wanted to copy that exactly. And you can really see this floor appearing here. Next, we need a chair. Okay, so if you head over to the photo section on the very left-hand side, type in chair at the top. You can use this option here. It says cutouts only, and it will give you all the chairs that are cut out. Now, ones like this, it's a double, so you could do that if you wanted to. So you've just got one chair. Great for a summer holiday promotion post if you wanted to use that one. Have a look down and find a chair that's sitting at an angle that works with this design. It doesn't necessarily need to be a chair. It could be any piece of furniture or anything that you want at all that could be sitting on the floor, which is why we've created this look here. Let me just remove the cutouts. You will get lots, some that already have the background cut out. That one's a free one, that one's a free one. These ones are free, but they have a background. There are two ways to do that pro. You can use the background remover tool in Canva. If you're on the free version, there is a website called remove.bg and it will actually remove the background for you. You can then upload your photo back into Canva. Okay, so there's some amazing chairs here. I'm going to find one that's got a slight tilt to it that will sit well on our floor. We don't necessarily need to keep it yellow. It's just yellow at the moment. Depends on the color of the chair, to be honest. Depends on the color of the background. Also your branding. So if you are wanting to stay on brand, use your branded colors. This one here, I'm going to choose this one. So I've added it to my design. I'm going to click remove background and it's taken it off completely for me. Now, if I place it here, I'm going to make it bigger so that it fits perfectly within my floor. So you can really start to see you've got this lovely floor color here. Background, I could make that a little bit wider if I wanted to. This is where I was saying about adjusting things once you've got your chair in place. If I make it wider, I need to move my shadow and pop my chair back there. So now you have the beginnings of your design. Next, I've added in some fonts. So I'm going to click the T button on my keyboard and it brings up a paragraph box for me. Or you can head over to the text box on the left-hand side and it will bring up all of your text here. I'm going to type sitting comfortably. I'm not sure if I've spelt that right, but I'm going to type sitting comfortably. I've adjusted the size of the box by using the white dots in the corners. I'm actually going to delete the gap in between the words and hit enter so it puts it onto a second line for me. Make it nice and big and bring it to the top because I want it at the top. Now use the alignment tool so that it's now sitting on the left hand side. You're going to use this line to guide your fonts. I'm going to change the font to, I like one called Anton. Always like this font. Don't know why, I always have done. And then I want to make this capital letters. So I want to make this capitals. It's often up here. It's not there at the moment. So if you click the three dots, here we go, uppercase. And I want to make it nice and big. I will add a little question mark there as well. And also I can adjust my line spacing. You can't see it behind there, but you'll see that my line spacing is adjusting nicely. So we've got a nice big title. I like to have a strap line or something to go underneath it, and I use the same colors as the background on the left-hand side for it, just to make it pop. So I've put, let's do the work for you, or let's say let us do the work for you. Now I'm going to do the same to this as well. So I'm going to make it go to the left. So it's now aligned, and I want to change the color to my yellow, and I want to change the fonts as well. The one I have used in the design, regular brush. So a nice handwritten style font. I'm going to extend it so it's about the same size or length as my word comfortable above. So it sits nicely underneath it. Sitting comfortably, let us do the work for you. It's as simple as that. Then we can add in a list of services, which we've got on our original design. I want the title to be the same as this main title. So I'm just going to copy that and bring it down here. Services. Now, as this isn't a title, I want it to be smaller because I want people to be drawn to my title first and then drag or draw their eyes through the design in the way I want them to. So I'm going to add our services there. And now I want to create a list of services. Now you could just create a bullet pointed list, or you could create little icons as your bullet points instead. So if we had a text box, and then if I say my first service is social media management, I will then duplicate that because I want it to be identical. My second service is admin duties, and then I'll have another one underneath, which will be diary management, and then I will duplicate it again. So I've got another one, which is website management. Now I've got 4 here. I want them to all be aligned. So I will drag my mouse across all of them, head over to position, and then you have all these options here. So I'm going to say left. Let's move them all to the left. If I click tidy up, it will put them back in the center, but it makes the spacing perfect between them. So we'll go left, and I now have my 4 services. If I just move these 4 over slightly, because my chair is there and I want to have some icons here underneath my services. Now to create your icons, you could search in the element section for an icon that would work down the side. There are some amazing icons, or you could just simply use a shape. Click on all, you get the basic Canva shapes. So ones like this, for example, I click on this hexagon, I can make it nice and small. I can change the color, which I'm going to change it to the yellow because I want it to stand out. Now I've aligned it with my first icon, which actually is going to move it. Let me just bring this page in so you can see this because it's quite small. Use the bar at the bottom to bring the page in if you're doing something quite small or fiddly. There we go. I've aligned it with my first service. If I duplicate that, you can now see I'm aligning it with my next service. I duplicate that, Canva will then put it in at the same place because it recognizes I'm trying to do a repetitive motion here. So now we have sitting comfortably, let us do the work for you. We've got our services. We've copied these so it's all exactly the same. And then lastly, we are going to add another text box into the bottom. And I'm going to type in our website. Now, you can see I've used the yellow square to align these text boxes here. And then I've used the chair to align these. And then I'm using this bottom square, which is now slanted, to align my website. So I'm using the shape of my design to create my text boxes so that they look aligned, they look professional, and are easy to read. So when someone looks at this, the first thing they see is possibly the chair. Intriguing, sitting comfortably. Let us do the work for you. These are our services. How do we contact you? Our website's at the bottom. Okay, I'm duplicating our website, and then I'm going to type in here whatever your website would be. If you wanted to have an icon, for example, for the website, you can do that. I'm going to change my website to yellow, and I'm going to bold it so it's nice and bold and easy to read, make it slightly bigger. I don't necessarily need to do that with the website text, this one here, because it's just showing you what the website is, and here it is. This is where I want you to contact me. Now I'll head over to website icon, and we will get back over to the actual graphics. Website icon, here's the graphics. Click see all and you'll get loads of these. There's one here that's actually free, and these are just little icons that people use for websites. So centralize it there with the website detail, and people know straight away that that is how they can get in touch with you using your website here. Now, if you have a logo, you can add your logo in as well. So logo, icons, you can use the ones in Canva if you want to, but if you have your own, definitely add this in. You should have it in your brand kit if you're on Pro for definite, and you can add one in. I'm just going to choose one here. I quite like this one. This could work. And I'm going to turn it white. So if you have different variations of your logo, this is where you can use them. And I'm just going to pop it up there. So I've got my logo in the top left-hand corner. I've got my product item, or this is more of a fun sitting comfortably, let us come and do the work for you. So I've got an icon, I've got this product, but it's actually for a services based business. Alternate the colors of your text so that you've got certain parts that stand out, or you've got a nice big text at the top, which is your focal point. You then draw people down to where you want them to eventually go. Now, I mentioned adding in links. You can't do that to social posts, but you can do that to a PDF. So if you're creating an ebook, a lead magnet for your business, or a website, you can add links as well. So if I click on this, this will be my link. So this is the PDF. This is where I want people to click on my website. Click on the three little dots, and there is a link option here. So if you now just type in your domain name, I don't know if this will go to anything. Move me out of the way. Click done. Canva knows it's a link, and it will add this line underneath. So you now know it is a link. Right, there we go. That is everything, I think. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is just a very simple way of creating a professional looking graphic in Canva that will suit your business. One thing I didn't do is change the color of these. I will just mention that now. I left the color of this font black because my chair is black. So I'm using contrasting colors in my design. So I've got the black, which is the dark colors, and then I've got the white and the yellow, which is the light bright colors. So I've got the two options which balance the design out. In the original, I think I also left them black as well. But if you are using something that has a color in, a main color, I would then suggest changing these fonts to that color, as long as it's a dark color and can still be read. Right, there we go. I will eventually finish there and let you go. But if you do recreate this design in Canva, please, please do tag me when you use it on your socials, because I would love to see what you create. Fantastic. I love that design. Like I said, let me know what you create because I would love to see it. And if you would like to see more designs, more tutorials on those designs, more tips, more features, more of everything on Canva, please do follow and subscribe to my channel. That's it from me today. I will see you in the next video.